Coach, obviously, know you're happy with the win and 7-0, and still obviously keeping you guys' hopes greatly alive to get the play-in game. Just your overall thoughts on what you saw. I know Philly was down numbers, but obviously they made it competitive throughout.
You said it. Everybody in the league can, look at us and see that we've not lost here, and that puts a bit of a target on your back. And so we're getting great effort, and some of these teams were getting their best games, and that's hard to play against. We're playing against teams for 48 minutes, and we've had to do it every night now for the past few games. So it wasn't always pretty, but the game's not always pretty. We found a way to get stops when we needed to. They shot a great percentage from three, so that's something that, not too happy about. But we only got 21 free throws, but we had great effort, and we made plays when we needed to. And we had a number of guys perform tonight. Dario's minutes off the bench was huge for us. Frank had some shots go down, but Dario's play, he's just been a bit of an X factor for us, scoring and his effort. The one time when he dove for the loose ball, I thought that was a signature play for our team. So I'm happy with the win. You're not always happy with how things work out from an execution standpoint, but we've done what we needed to do to get wins.
All right, Coach, next up is actually going to be Joe Vardon with The Athletic, and he'll be followed by Tim Reynolds with The Associated Press.
A lot of dusty, eyeballs in the gym during that video today, pregame video.
Oh.
What did you know that was coming, and what was your reaction? If you didn't, what was your reaction when you saw that?
Which one?
The starting lineup for families.
Oh, ours.
Yeah.
Like our families in
Yes.
the. Oh, I mean, I didn't see. Was that on today?
No, but we posted on social, but the home games.
Okay. No, it's pretty cool. Like we say family a lot, and it was a surprise to all of us the first time we saw it, to see your families organize that kind of intro. It's unique, and it's definitely Phoenix for sure. And it's cool to see my little boy doing that. When I heard about it after the fact, my family was telling me he was so excited about being able to do that, and see different family members in that video was pretty cool.
All right, Coach, next is Tim Reynolds with The Associated Press. He'll be followed by Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. Go ahead, Tim.
Monty, I know that you are trying very, very hard to just stay in the moment, but what does it mean to you that you guys are going to wake up Thursday morning with a chance to get in? I mean, just what does just getting to that point mean to you right now?
Well, I mean, we can finally look at it. It's our next step. And so we know that we're not totally in control of our fate, but we put ourselves in a good position. And nobody would have guessed the Phoenix Suns would be in this position before all of this started. And our guys have just battled and executed and made the plays necessary to give us a chance. And so I'm always in the mindset of the next right thing. And for us, it's going to be, how we approach tomorrow, whether it's film or rest and recovery. But we do have it, in our sights.
All right, Coach, next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Tanya Ganguly with the Los Angeles Times. Go ahead, Kellen.
Hey, Coach, just your thoughts on how your team continued to battle through a Sixers team that really, really came to play today.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting everybody's best. They shot a great number from three. They shot a great number from the field. Thankfully, they didn't get to the free throw line tonight. And, that's who Brett is. I mean, his teams play hard and they're physical, and it was different guys all night, but Burks was a problem for us. And early it was Mike Scott, and Neto had a good game. So they're a deep team. Even without Ben, that's a tough team to play for anybody in the East. And a good challenge for us tonight.
All right, Coach. Next up is Tanya Ganguly with the Los Angeles Times. She'll be followed by Manolo Rodriguez with Tab Deportes.
It's been here a little over a month now, and there's a lot of teams that are talking about sort of the cumulative effect of being here, being away, being kind of wearing on people. But I'm wondering, like, from your perspective, you guys are in this very, very intense race and things you guys have been doing. Does some of that, are you seeing some of that with your team, sort of aware of the month here, or is the focus so much on what you guys are trying to accomplish that it's not happening as much?
It's hard to say. I don't want to answer for the players, but I would have to think that because we've won like we have, the focus has been on, the bigger picture. Everybody here is a bit stir crazy. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But because we've won a lot of our games, all of our games, we've been able to focus on the next game as we try to make this push for the playoffs. And so I think it's a combination of both. There's some stir crazy, and then there's this focus on what we came here to do.
Have you had to do anything to make sure to keep that stir craziness from getting to them?
It's really nothing you can do. I mean, you do the same thing every day. You go from your bedroom to the ballroom to the bus to basketball. That's what we do, and then you get tested. There's no way to change that. I mean, guys are tired now, so I don't see too many guys fishing anymore, and I'm not sure guys are playing golf or anything like that. It's the focus is on practices and games, and so you don't want to contrive anything and try to you just have to embrace where we are. It's a tough deal. There's no other way around it.
Coach, next we have Manolo Rodriguez with Tab Deportes. He'll be followed by Nick Friedel with ESPN. Go ahead, Manolo.
Hi, Coach. Nicole from Tab Deportes and also team member. The question is, now the NBA create the MVP of the bubble. Do you think Devin Booker deserves to be finalist of this award?
They created an MVP of the bubble?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got to be in the conversation for that. What we've been able to do and how he's played, I would have to say he's certainly got to be in that conversation at the top of that list. And, that's a good thing for him and for the organization.
All right, Coach, final two questions are going to come from Nick Friedel with ESPN and Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Nick.
Monty, you've been so complimentary of the focus after the last couple of games that your group has had, just following up on the standings part of what's going on. Has the thought even crossed your mind that you guys could do everything you can, win every game, and because of what's in front of you, you still may not be able to get into that play-in situation?
Yeah, it's crossed my mind. I mean, I'm human just like everybody else. You look at the records, you look at the scenarios, and then once I do that too long, I get focused on the next thing that we have to do. It kind of gets me back to a better mindset, because you can play mental gymnastics with yourself, and that's not always healthy. But we're all competitors. But yeah, I've thought about a lot of scenarios.
All right, Coach, final question comes from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yes, Coach, obviously huge game Thursday. You got young guys that haven't played in this kind of environment. How much are you looking forward to them being in this moment where, hey, we played for something, now we're in this position, now let's go out and do what we have to do?
We're not going to change our approach. I think that would be a mistake on our part. I think our guys have to have the same focus, and we've always, tried to implement championship practices and film sessions and have a high level of focus in all that we do, so we don't have to change. So I don't think there's going to be any change in our strategy. We want our guys playing free and doing what they've done. Everybody understands where we are, so I don't think there's any reason for us to change up what we do. We've been playing the same way throughout. We just, obviously, you got to go get it, whatever's in front of you.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, Devin.
What up? What up?
All right, we're going to get started with a question from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Thanks, Palmer. Devin, first, congrats on the win. And second, Thursday, you're going to play in one of the biggest games you've ever played in your career. How much are you looking forward to playing the game, knowing how much is at stake?
I'm excited. These are the games, and I'll be waiting to be in and play in. I know it's a different format than what it'd be usually, but we can feel the energy, we can feel the hype of the game, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Devin, next up is actually going to be Malika Andrews with ESPN, and she'll be followed by Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press. Go ahead, Malika.
Devin, I know a lot of guys say that we don't feel the pressure, we just discard the pressure, and we don't want to lean into that. But with this specific situation, what are the tangible steps for you when you are trying to discard that pressure? What do you have to do to make sure you don't feel it?
Figure that out in the summertime, when you put the work in. So, I'm comfortable in these situations. I'm comfortable being on the court, knowing the work that I put in. So, I love competing. This whole team does. And that's why we've been so successful while being down here. So, just get another opportunity to go out there and compete. We've been taking it one game at a time, and, this game's going to be no different for us.
All right, Devin, next is Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press, and he'll be followed by Kellen Olson. Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, Devin. I'm wondering, guys have been here for a week or a month and a half or something like that. You haven't seen your friends, you haven't seen your family, except for when your starters get introduced. What sort of lift is that for you guys to turn around and see familiar faces who love you on that screen just before you go out in the court?
Yeah, they've been doing that since our first home game down here, and it's unbelievable. I think the first time it caught us off guard. You've seen a lot of smiles on a lot of the team's face because, that's who we do it for. All those people you've seen on the screen play a big part in our lives, and all the sacrifices we make are for those people, and they make a lot of sacrifices for us. So, family is the most important thing to us.
All right, next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Joe Varden with The Athletic. Go ahead, Kellen.
Devin, I know you can't physically feel it being back in Phoenix, but the city's just really been buzzing about the team the last week, and you've talked about your connection with the city and with this team and your commitment to getting them back to the playoffs. I know it's next game up mentality, but just how does it feel to be so close to this goal and one of your first goals? I know there are many more to follow.
You said what are the first goals?
In terms of just getting the team back to the playoffs and being this close now to getting there.
Yeah, we came down here. Coach said the way we navigate uncertainty is how we're going to turn out down here. And, it's a different situation, different format, like I keep saying, but, we came in with the right mindset. And we're ready to go. So, like I just said earlier, we're treating this as just another game. We didn't come in saying we wanted to win 8 in a row. We just wanted to win one game 8 times. So we're keeping it that way. And we're excited for this matchup.
Right, next, we have Joe Varden with The Athletic. He'll be followed by Nick Friedel with ESPN.
In that pregame introduction video, you're introduced by people
Jenna, yeah.
super fan. Mm-hmm. I'm not from Phoenix, so I don't know her. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her personally. Our relationship, me and Jenna's relationship, has grown since my rookie year. She's always been, like you said, a super fan, the number one supporter there 4 hours before the game when we're warming up. And always excited, just to see us. It doesn't matter win, lose, or draw, just to be in our presence. That's something that really puts things in perspective for me. And she's been a big help to my career. And I've talked about her many times. She knows how special she is to me and vice versa.
All right, next up, we have Nick Friedel with ESPN. He'll be followed by Lucas Nepomuceno of Cafe Belgrado in Brazil. Go ahead, Nick.
Devin, you guys have been so good for so long now in the bubble. Has the thought crossed your mind at all that you, assuming you go and finish it off and win in the last one there, that you've done everything you can do and you still can't get ahead of the teams in front of you and into that playoff scenario?
That's life, man. Like you said, we're controlling what we can control. That's the 8 games that we play in. So, I'm proud of my guys regardless. We came in here with the right mindset, and, it could have been different. People could have been frustrated, coming out the middle of a 4-month hiatus to straight to basketball and leaving your family. But, we came in, we locked in and made the sacrifice that we need to make. So, I don't think there's going to be any sad faces around here, whether we leave here in the playoffs or not. We've put the work in, and we've grown as a team. We've took tremendous strides that I think will build for us for continuing years to come.
All right, Devin, our final 2 questions are going to come from Lucas Nepomuceno of Cafe Belgrado and then Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Lucas.
Thank you. Hi, Devin. Congratulations on another win. The last seeding game will be a home game for the Suns. Can the players feel the difference on the court?
Can they do what?
Can the players feel the difference being a home game or an away game in the bubble?
No.
All right, our final question is going to come from Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Devin, regardless of how this turns out, what's the most important thing you feel like you guys have gotten out of this?
There's more than one thing. I'd like to get away from here and reflect and see how we come into next season. But, I think, we just figured out, if you come in and play every game the right way, communicate with each other, that we can win basketball games. And there's a thin line between winning and losing in this league. And you can't skip any steps. And we haven't done that down here. So, we've had goals, we've had tasks, we've had things that we had to overcome since we've been down here. And, we understand the steps to get through it. And, we haven't been taking any shortcuts. And that's been the reason for our success.